The Alliance Alive HD Remastered is Furio's newest entry on Switch. This is a classic turn-based RPG that originally released on the 3DS, and I'm very glad to report that it's made a seamless transition to the current gen consoles. Story-wise, the world is in turmoil after demons from another realm have invaded the world and divided it with a great barrier, putting them in charge of not just their world but the human one as well, and everyone under their power. It's up to a small group of 9 companions to overcome each other's differences and figure out why the demons did this while hoping to change everything back to normal. It sounds a little cliche, because it is, but thankfully it's the characters that make this quite enjoyable. So you have 9 playable characters, and any of them can be seen as the protagonists due to their differences in backgrounds, cultures, and values. Even after those differences, their goals are the same. Mixing demons with humans and other races into a party is a recipe for disaster and friction. And this game does a great job letting you learn about each party member as they slowly but surely begin to depend on each other and open up as their bonds deepen throughout the adventure. This being a 3DS remaster, the challenges were obvious. How do you incorporate the 2-screen format into just one on the Switch? Thankfully, this was done masterfully by moving the UI onto the main screen and streamlining stats and equipment menus into each other. The other hurdle to overcome was the visuals. From the hand-drawn art of the cities to each character's model has been cleaned up and sharpened, making them blend into each other seamlessly. So everything looks more colorful and cleaner, giving the chibi art look a much cuter feel. Performance is also excellent on both docked and in handheld, and I'm happy to report that even on my newly acquired Switch Lite, the game looks fantastic. Combat is turn-based, and the game does a great job introducing its more in-depth mechanics accordingly. Where at first it's your typical battle system where you swap attacks back and forth with a sprinkled in ability, it later on evolves into your character getting better and better abilities once they're unlocked during combat. The more weapon types you use, the greater potential each character has, since they get stronger based on how often you use a weapon type, not directly through the level gained by the character. This means that making full use of your 2 characters' swappable weapons is key, since you want to learn as many skills and traits tied to each other's weapons. Layered on top is the formation system that gives you stat boosts depending on where you are in the field, and I can certainly see this enhancing or detracting from the experience for some people. Depending on your current loadout, you'll want to maximize your damage for your final strike attacks that are used to quickly end bouts. During combat, you also earn a currency that can be spent to learn more talents for overarching buffs like more HP or MP after battles, faster regens, or even cheaper purchasables in shops. A speed up option during combat has also been added in this version to quickly get through trash battles with ease, but keep in mind that difficulty spikes may come back to bite you in the butt later on. While everything may sound glowing, that doesn't mean that the game is perfect by any means. For starters, there's no voice acting anywhere, which is a bummer, but it doesn't quite detract from the experience once you get used to it. My biggest issue is that the game is not very specific about where you have to go after a story beat, so it does encourage exploration in that regard, and characters will throw out hints your way, but it's best to just go out and figure it out on your own. Thankfully, exploration is made easier by some means, like flying across through mountains and a cute duck mech that will help you swim through lava to help you reach some tricky spots. Furyu has done a great job putting together a 3DS title on current-gen consoles, and this is a move that we've seen other developers try to take advantage of, but not to the fullest. And I'm hoping that we start to see some of the more fan-favorite ones from this handheld start to get the same type of treatment. Rio Gaming gives the Alliance Alive HD Remastered on Switch an 8 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching. See ya!